Simon, before we get to the slate, before we nail it down, let's get to some sharp calls. Who called you?
I threw them pretty quick because a lot of ones are kind of expected this week with the pro calls. I did take some flack for saying that I rage bet on Saturday. That wasn't very pro-like of me. I knew what I was doing. I was in control in the sense that I believed in my numbers and I was all in on the Colts in that matchup. I never roll money over, and that was just very Joe Public of me to take all my winnings from a college game and just take all of it right away and put it on to the next game. So that's fair. That criticism, I'll take that heat. I had a lot of guys talking shit to me about that.
I wondered if that was going to be the case because it was a very, you're not an emotional guy like that.
Never. But I was just so pissed just because we nailed that Chargers game and then we got nothing from it. That's just the worst feeling. This week was pretty simple. A lot of the calls I got, pros were all over Tennessee. We've seen it now. We told you to take that 3.5. It's down to 3 now. That's not shocking. That's just a key number. If this number shifted to 2, I might start thinking 49ers, but the fact that it's still at 3, I'll keep leaning towards this Tennessee team. It sucks you didn't get the 3.5, but you never know. Before kickoff, it could get back to that number. We saw it last week with the Chargers. They dipped down to 3. It kept going back and forth. That of all the games I expected the call from, and same with Arizona Cardinals. I knew that every pro would be aligned on this one. This is just a pro game. The pros will come in on Arizona. I know a couple pros, they got maybe, if you're going to look a headline, the most you can get down is 1,000. Like at any book, the most they're going to take is 1,000. A lot of guys got the +4 on the Colts last week. Now they're coming back on the other side, taking the 1 with the Arizona. That's a nice little middle spot. But the more I talk to the guys, the more it just seems like this is just a trap spot for this Colts team. So I was a little weary on it. I mean, people could see my lack of confidence in that Arizona pick. But hearing so many other pros that are on Arizona, it makes me feel a little better.
Arizona's down to -1, by the way.
Right. So
it was a 1.5 when we talked about it on Tuesday.
And depends what book you're looking at. I've seen it down to half a point at certain books. So the professionals definitely have come in on the Colts. We talked about it, though. If it was a 4 or if it was 3, that those are key numbers. We would have probably taken the Colts there. The fact that it's down to this point to what we think is a favorable line towards this Arizona team. It's shifted too much. It's shocking. The pros like Cincinnati Bengals. I'm not letting them burn me again. They talked me off the Ravens against the Browns, and they shifted my position to that Browns team. And I felt like shit about it the whole time. And of course, we didn't cover that number. They have the same reasons. Once again, they just keep saying the Ravens can't keep it up. They're going to come back to the median. They just can't covering these close games and coming back. It's back-to-back weeks. They've had 2 straight weeks. They've come back from, 24-3 the Browns were winning. And then we had a 31-17 lead by the Green Bay, and they covered. So I get what they're saying. We're probably fucking up by finally getting off fading this Ravens team, but it's up to 3 now. So I'm gonna end up taking that number. I'll go against the professionals in that sense. And the last one was when we talked about we love the Dolphins. We knew the pros were going to love that one. That number, I do think it's going to get back to 3.5 by kickoff. I could just see the public coming in New Orleans. They'll have Sean Payton back. People will be feeling good. Again, they're coming off their biggest win here late in the season, shutting out Tom Brady. Nothing's changed. Every pro I talk to is the exact same thing. We feel like Miami played like shit against the Jets. The old Miami loses that game against the Jets last week. All right, they throw that pick 6. Tua throws that pick 6. The Jets usually win that game. They won it. And that's another reason I'm getting more confident in this Miami team. I'm hoping it gets back to 3.5. I do hope the public bets it back because that's such a key number to me to get that 3.5. So still love it at 3 with the Dolphins, but we're hoping it gets back to 3.5.
I did bet it at 3. The bets I've made so far, Buffalo +2.5, Carolina +10.5, Miami +3.
So gross.
So gross.